letter I, a period, a space, and the first item in your outline. When you hit enter, you go into a mode called automatic numbering. From here on out, Microsoft Word will try to automatically number your list of items, and it will follow certain rules about how outlines work, which you may need to adjust as you go along. As you type, each time you hit enter, you create a new topic in the outline. For each topic, you then have to indicate whether it's really a new topic or whether it's a subtopic by how far you indent. To indent, you're going to use either the indent buttons, which are right up here on this second toolbar, and you may find that you need to drag your second toolbar down so you can see the entire toolbar, or you can use the tab key on your keyboard. The tab key looks like this, the indent buttons look like this. So on my example here, I'm going to create a subtopic called displays, and in order for that to move over to the next level, I'll use the indent button. This is also a subtopic. I'm going to leave it right at that level. This next item is really a new main topic. I need to unindent. So to unindent, there's one button up here called decrease indent, or you can do a shift tab. So again, looking at the tab button, you can see that there's a shift tab that goes backwards, and there's also a backwards indent button on your toolbar. So if I use the decrease indent button, it goes back out to the first level. So again, here I'm going to create a new subtopic. I'm going to tab, or I'm going to increase the indent. And another subtopic. And this will be a new main topic. And so again, I use that decrease indent button to get that back out to the main level. So far, Microsoft Word has been playing nicely with us. It's been helping us out by numbering things. However, if you've looked at some of the examples for this project, you've noticed that this second level in really should be capital letters and not lowercase letters. And in fact, Microsoft Word makes some assumptions that we need to change. In order to change what's called the numbering style at each level, you simply double-click any of the items in that level. So you can see I clicked just once and it selected all the things on this level. When you double-click that, you can pick out a style. So for example, the second level style is capital letters. So when I pick that style and I hit OK, it just changes all of them to the correct style. As you're going to see in your handouts, the correct style is that the first level of topics uses capital Roman numerals. The second level of topics uses capital letters. The third level uses Arabic numerals. Then it goes lowercase letters and then lowercase Roman numerals. You should not need to have any more than 4 or 5 sub topics for any one topic. So again, I'm going to show you an example where the numbering styles are not correct. This is an outline about fiction genres. This first level is correct because it's capital Romans. The second level is not correct. It's got lowercase letters and it's got a parenthesis, which we do not use. So I'm going to pick any one of these, and when I double click on it, I'm going to change that second level to capital letter A, or capital letters in general. We'll make A's and B's as needed. The next level in is correct, and then the third level in should be lowercase letters without parentheses, and when I hit OK, it will again renumber those. So as I'm looking through here, this is looking pretty good, looking pretty accurate. Here are a few style and formatting considerations you may need to think about as you're getting your outline prepared and ready to print. First of all, it's really important to understand that you should never have just one subtopic at a given level. You either need to have 2 or more subtopics, or you can include the details of the single subtopic in the broader topic above it. So for example, under letter B, where I say examples, and I say the Hunger Games, I either need to have 2 examples, so for example, Star Wars, or I need to include the Hunger Games just in item B. So I could say example, the Hunger Games. But I don't want to have just one item sitting by itself just like this. So I'm going to add Star Wars again, and that will help. The second thing is that these are intended to be notes, not full sentences. So you should not be using any full sentences. You should only be using phrases and single words. So if you use a phrase or a single word, you can see that each line, each topic starts with a capital letter, but unlike a normal sentence, it does not end with any kind of punctuation. So none of these things end with punctuation, but they do all start with a capital letter. The last thing is, just for making things look nice, you're going to want to set the spacing to 1.5 spaces. How do you do that? Well, I would select all the items in your outline, and I would find this button up here that talks about line spacing, and you can click on that and pick 1.5. That spreads it out a little bit without making it too spread out. So 1.5 spaces is a good amount of spacing. I would also double check that all your font sizes and font types are uniform. If you did any copying and pasting from a website, which you generally shouldn't be doing, but if you did, sometimes you bring over the formatting that was on the website and it kind of messes up the way it looks on this page. So again, you could go to the edit menu, select everything, and then just make sure you've picked one standard font like Arial or Times New Roman and pick out size 12, and then everything on this page will be uniform.